Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the next level kickoff Zoom, kickoff meeting. I don't know what you want to call it. Yes, thank you, David. I think I just hit you. I just did mute all, but anyone who has any technical tips, feel free to put it in the chat and that will help me quite a bit, but I think we got it now. We are so excited to see all of you guys. This is a big group. Usually growth groups are a little smaller, but we were overwhelmed. We honestly, I don't think we as leaders expected all of you guys to respond to the call to grow. So we were thoroughly surprised and happy that so many of you guys were like, yeah, I'm ready to grow.
Can I speak to that?
Yeah.
Compliments to the globals, the leaders out there, Heather and Marcus, etc. We're the largest growth group in the Giles organization, and he thinks also the Tinter organization. He said across the whole board, he thought it was an average of 8, maybe 12 people per certain groups, and ours was by far the largest. So congratulations to y'all. We've got something special. Very
much so. So we are going to jump on in and get started. And I want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to share my screen here. What is the purpose of our growth group? So give me just a second. Go to this. Here we go. All right. Can everyone see my slide? Give me a thumbs up if you can see the slide. Okay, thank you. All right. So the purpose of this group is for us to grow, okay? What a growth group is not, it is not training or replacing trainings. There will be some training in here. I can't say that there's not going to be, but this isn't going to replace the weekly Giles meeting. Okay, guys, we still want you on those on Tuesday nights. Those are super important. A growth group is all about action. Okay, guys, and it's accountability and consistency. So that Facebook group, Next Level, man, that is going to be your kind of like the Giles coaching group is, but we're going to be in it more interaction, more talking, more encouraging each other, more accountability. Really get in there and utilize that group, guys. There's camaraderie and friendly competition. And you're going to see how that's going to play itself out as we get deeper into the group. But I don't want anyone to feel like they're lesser than if maybe someone's doing something more than you're doing. We are all in different places in this group. Basically, this group was created to help build executive directors, or some of you have been executive director before, and for whatever reason, you kind of went back and rank a little bit. So we're going to build back up to executive director and beyond. Some of you have never been executive director. We're going to grow to that because that is a huge benchmark in our business when you hit executive director. And some of you are executive director already, and you were like, don't leave us out. We want to be in this. We want to be in the action steps. We want to grow. So some of you who are already executive director, we may be asking you to move to a different group in a couple of months as we grow on to FIBC, because we always want to be being challenged. We want that structural tension, okay? But for now, we're all in this together because honestly, even though I might hold a title of global director, I need the exact same action steps that you guys need. It's still the same action steps. Even for Daniel and Deborah, it's same action steps. This is not about comparison. We're not going to be sharing our business numbers, so don't be afraid of that. We're not going to be, pulling back the curtain and exposing you. This is not about exposure whatsoever. This is about encouragement. Utilize the Facebook group, the Next Level group, and activity drives results. So this is going to be all about activity. And I want to say one thing about that. I'm going to exit out of here real quick. Oops. Okay. I want to say something about the activity. Let me get my view over here. Can you guys still see us? Yeah, I thought I saw someone.
Thank you, Heather.
Yeah, thank you. So our screen just went like completely small. I think we're good. But anyways, it's not so much about the outcome, guys, or how quickly you're going to get to executive director or beyond. That is not so much what this group is about. It is about the consistent action that is going to change you. It's going to change your business. I'm not so much concerned with who makes executive director win. Like, it's not a race to who gets there. We're all going to get there at different times and speeds, but it's who you become in the process. That is what the gold of this group is going to be. Because one of the things that really took my business off was when I recognized, and Heather's going to speak to this in a little bit, that when I started getting really consistent on little things, not the big stuff, guys, on the little things that didn't take much of my time at all, exponential growth started happening, which freed up my time. And I see some of your faces in here, and I know some of you in here need some time. You need some time freedom. You need life to give you a little bit of a break, right? We are going to build your Optavia business so that you can have some breathing room, okay? So that it can be the blessing that it's meant to be in your life. That extra income to relieve some of the financial stress, the extra income to give you some time freedom to go be with your kids or to go do the things that you are called to do. That's what this vehicle is. And so I want to help you guys get there. And so it's not about working so much harder, although we're going to work. It's about working smarter. Okay. So we want to pass those things on to you, that if you'll just tweak a couple of little things, then it's exponentially going to bless your business. So it's not about the outcome. It's about who we become through this process. Okay. I just want to leave that with you guys. And I'm going to go on to this next slide here. And I will get better at this, I promise. Okay, we're screen sharing. Okay, now we're going to the next one. Now, I would love for you guys to put in the chat here what you want your Q1, which quarter 1 goals to be. What do you want to accomplish by the end of March 31st? We're going to, almost like this was a power hour, I want to take like 2 minutes. We're just going to kind of get into the chat and just start typing. What do you want by the end of March 31st? What do you want to build? Go ahead, guys, get started. What do you want to create? Rank? Is there a rank you want to get to? Is there a frontline qualifying volume that you would really like to build up to? 6,000 is always our initial goal, but we don't stop there. Honestly, guys, a really strong ED needs to be 10,000 plus. And have we learned that more than these last couple of months? That you need a little cushion for November and December and some of these months that are a little harder. How many new clients do you want to add each month? If you're building, let me just give you a hint. 5 to 8 clients a month is a good place to really start if you're really trying to get your FQB over 6,000 to 10,000. Okay. How many coaches do you want to bring on? And is there a specific income that you're trying to make or earn by March 31st? So let's think about that. I'm going to let you guys work on that for just a minute. I love what I'm seeing coming in here. We got some that are looking for FIBC, more coaches and clients, 5 clients, 2 coaches. That's good. You guys know when you bring on a coach, it's some work, right? So you got to really be thinking about that, because you've got to train up that new coach, get with your business mentor and let them help you with that. ED was 6,000, frontline volume, 5 new clients per month and 5 coaches. This is good stuff, guys. Oh, I love these. Global, love it. I'm believing with you guys. Like, when I see this in writing, it makes me want to like jump in and like help you guys get there as much as possibly. And let me just tell you, I know that what I'm seeing here is absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. When Dallas and I have been globals now for a year. We were national. We had to rebuild to national, which national means you have 3 executive directors. We had to rebuild that, which took us about 6 months. But once in the process of rebuilding to national, the muscles that we created from that, once we hit national again, 1 more month, we were global. That's how quickly, because we had built muscles on how to do that. Okay. So it won't take you as long as you think it's going to take you. I love this. $15,000 a month, Angela Hall. Get it, girl. You know, I know you can. Yes, Jenny, I'm believing that with you too. I'm so glad you're in the group. Yes. And man, all of this is so good. Okay. So we're going to go on to the next thing. And if you want to keep writing in there, if you haven't gotten yours, Janice Cruz says she can't get on. If someone could message Janice and maybe help her get on, that would be helpful. All right, we're going to move on to the next slide. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, we are introducing, whoops, hold on. We're introducing something. This is going to be a totally new concept here, guys. The activity tracker. Some of you have used an activity tracker before, and some of you, including me, this is a brand new concept. I'm going to admit, guys, I've never used an activity tracker before, but this is something that the growth groups are using to get into action and to really understand, are they actually doing the work that is going to reap the results? So in the file section in Next Level, this activity tracker file is in there. So you don't need to screenshot this. This is in file, so don't worry about this. I just put this in here so everyone could see it. But this is our activity tracker that we're going to use. Okay, guys? And I want you to notice that there are 31 days at the top here. See where it says 1 to 31? That is representing each day of the month. So we are on, I mean, what's the day of the month? We're on the 6th. So if it were today, each day you're going to go in and write in your activity tracker. And literally it's an Excel file. So all you have to do is pull it up and you can write in it on your computer. Okay, you don't even need to necessarily print it unless you just want to. You can do it either way, however it works best for you. But I'd go on to the 6th. How many health assessments did you do today? And you know, it could be 0. It could be, you know, 3 or 4. It just whatever it is, you put it there underneath the 6. And you're just going to go down that column then. So the next 3 on here is the 3 by 3 by 3. So I want you to look at this here, health and lifestyle related social media posts. Okay, we do 3 of those a day. So you can mark that. That's underneath 6 each day. That should have a 3 because you posted 3 times. Does that make sense? Wave your head yes if that makes sense, if you're understanding. The next one is Facebook friends added. So in the 3 by 3 by 3, we add 3 new Facebook friends every day. Don't overthink it, guys. Just get in there, add 3 friends, okay? And until, you know, there's always ways to get better at this, but for right now, I just want you to jump into action, really. Don't let overthinking paralyze you. You know, that stinking thinking that we can do sometimes that totally paralyzes us. Then the third one is social media conversations. That's the third part of the 3 by 3 by 3, whether you're commenting on a post or you jump into Messenger and you're messaging them. One thing that I have found to be really helpful with me starting conversations is happy birthdays. If you will just go look on who are your friends are having birthdays today, and first thing in the morning before you make your post, do your conversations. Let that be the first thing. You know why? Because then they're all going to see your post. And I love to say something specific about that person. Happy birthday, you know, Jane, I hope this year is an amazing year for you. Something special, something unique. Whenever I get a birthday message like that and it's more than 3 words, I'm like, oh, they said something special to me. So that's a great way. If you're not sure how to make a conversation, start with birthdays and do that in the morning before you make your first post. So we have the 3 by 3 by 3 right there on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th segment. So then you can read, I'm not going to go through each one of these. I'm going to point out a couple of them in here. You know, track your in-person conversations. There may be times you're standing in the pickup line at school and someone asks you, what are you doing? I see you're doing all this stuff, and you have a conversation with them. Well, write it down. That's growing your business, okay? And you know what? This is going to be great. Some of you are going to have a bunch of zeros there, and you're going to recognize, man, I'm great on social media, but I could really work on a little bit more of in-person talking and maybe coming out of my shell a little bit while I'm around people. That was me. I can do social media all day long, but I was clammed up for a long time in front of actual real people. So that was an area I had to level up in. So I don't expect you to go make sure every single thing on here has a check mark every single day. We're tracking what we're doing. We're being intentional, but it's also going to be something that shows us where can we level up? You know, where can we do a little bit better? And then on Giles weekly training on Tuesdays. So that would only be maybe 4 times on this tracker. Were you on the training? So guys, this growth group, I'm going to say some things that are going to possibly get kind of in your business a little bit. And I don't do it because I'm trying to be in your business. I do it because I know what causes growth, and I know how important it is. The moment I made a decision to consistently be on trainings was the moment my business changed. I cannot explain why, except for I integrated into my coaching community. I bought into what we were doing wholeheartedly, and I embraced our community. And I became a better coach because of the training. So as much as possible, guys, be on the trainings. And if you can't be on live, like right now, we're in a season, every Tuesday night, I have a basketball game at exactly right when training's happening for my son. So I can't be on live, but I watch it within 24 hours because I know that that's time sensitive material. So if you can get it, if you can't get it live, get it in the next 24 hours, guys. And pretty much everyone should be able to at least get that done. Okay. And then there's some other things on here you can track, tip calls. We need to utilize that more often. We'll talk about that more in depth later. I want to go to the PQV order. Now, this is one of those ones that is going to potentially be a little bit of a challenge at first. And some of us don't understand why this is important. So the PQV is your personal order. So any Optavia Fuelings as a coach that you consume, you should be ordering that from your coach. So I just want to challenge everyone. This is going to help us get into a growth and abundance mindset. No more ordering under our dog, under our kids, none of that. And I'm not accusing anyone of doing that. We did it in the past when we had to make a rank or something, when we were newly in coaching and we didn't understand it any other way. I'm telling you, there is an abundance that happens in your business when you honor the coach who introduced program to you and you order the food that goes in your mouth through your health coach. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you aren't on program anymore because you've reached your goal. So I'm not asking you to order a whole month's kit every month. That's not what I'm saying. But because we're Optavia coaches, we should have some fuelings on hand. I like to have some shakes on hand and some bars because even when I'm not on program, because for one, they're good. And for number two, I'm an Optavia coach. This is what I do. And I want to bless my coach. So it's not a full order. I maybe order a couple $100 every month. Some of my coaches order 100 to 150. It doesn't matter, but have some fuelings on hand each month. They're nutritious and it blesses your coach. Now this part, try to get it in by the 5th of the month. That is our goal. Now I know not everyone can do that right away because we've already got, this is Christmas, the month of Christmas. We've already got bills. We've already got stuff set in place. This is not to pressure you or bring any unnecessary pressure to your month of December. It's something to just be thinking about. Maybe you could get it in by the 15th of the month instead of the 30th. So maybe you can't do the 5th, but maybe move it up to the 15th with a plan. But next month, I'm going to get it in by the 5th. Ultimately, by the end of this 5 months, let's try to have everyone's order by the 5th. That's our goal, is to get it moved back. And if you haven't been ordering under your coach, no worries, just start doing that. One of the things that helps is it helps Optavia shipping not have to process a bunch of health coaches orders when they're dealing with all of our clients' orders. Have y'all noticed that Connect slows down huge the last day of the month because there's so much business that's happening that last day of the month? We can alleviate some of that by just having health coaches order earlier in the month. So that's one of my challenges. And then the last one is so important, and I added this one in here. Did I lead with my health today? Even if you're not on 5 and 1, we're not on 5 and 1, but did I have integrity with what I'm preaching online, what I'm teaching online, what I'm speaking to my clients as far as making good, healthy choices? Did I lead with that today? And you guys, it's okay if it's a big F, like X. No, I didn't. There may be days that you blew it. It's okay. Just be honest. None of us are going to be like, oh my gosh, judging you on that. But it's good for us to see how our business follows where we are at in our own health. So we're not asking you to get on 5 and 1 again if you finish that goal, but just have integrity with your health. We always say you have to lead with your health. The kiss of death for any health coach is 2 things. They stop leading with their health. And number 2, they stop integrating with the coaching community. That is the kiss of death for any coach. So if you find yourself backing away from your coaching community, It's only a matter of time, guys, before it dries up. Second one, if you're living a double life with your health, teaching one thing with your clients, but living something else, it's not going to last. It's just not, because you will start to feel icky to talk to your clients, and you're not going to share, you're not going to show up. So, oh, and this very last thing, notice here, Facebook friends. You may not be able to tell, just go ahead and write the end of the month when we end the month this month, and then next month, you'll be able to tell what you were at the beginning of the month. Keep track of that. How much did you grow your Facebook friends? I got this from Stacy Barrett, and it's been super helpful for them to show. We're trying to get up to that 5,000 mark. Facebook allows 5,000 friends. So that's what we're trying to get up to. We might as well use as much as we can. So that's the activity tracker. We're going to be posting that. Either you can post it Sunday night, just take a screenshot of it and drop it in our Facebook group, just like you're making a post, just in our Facebook group, or Monday morning. And don't worry, I'm going to remind everyone. And it is what it is. No one's going to go in there and start dissecting your business, but this is an accountability group, and it will cause you to be a little more intentional. Hey, I'm going to make sure I get that 3x3x3 done today. If you can't do all of these, guys, nobody's going to be perfect at all of this. Maybe just really focus in on a few of them. If I could focus in on any of them, it would be the 3x3x3, get into massive action with that consistently, be on the trainings, lead with your health. And let's try to get, some health assessments in, getting the word out about what we're doing. So the next thing that I wanted to pass it on to Heather McDowell. Can you unmute yourself? And I wanted Heather to speak because Heather has an amazing, massive business. A lot of you are here because of Heather. And so I wanted her to share. Oh, I'm going to unshare my screen. Thank you, babe. Here we go. I wanted her to share a little bit about how being consistent has helped her business. Go ahead, Heather.
First of all, thank you for asking me to speak today, Glory. And I love seeing everyone on here, especially my coaches, just because I'm glad everyone is on here. But honestly, guys, this is something I think we all needed. It doesn't matter what level you're at right now. I know Glory and myself and Marcus and Angela and David, we all need this. And part of it is because the consistency that we have been taught and been practicing over the last however long you've been coaching is something that I am now really seeing come to fruition. I new coach that for whatever reason, I was able to take on a lot of clients pretty quickly. Part of it, I want to say that I take hunger of how bad work started. I didn't go into coaching with the idea of this being a business. It was truly something to pay for my books and help a few friends. But when it started to take off, I felt that hunger inside me, that dreaming come alive, guys. And I think that's one of the biggest things, even to spend this time before you come on the next meeting, couple of weeks, really write your dreams down again. Really think about why this is going to help change your life. It's changing others' lives no matter what, which is one of the best parts about this. There's not very many businesses like this where we benefit so greatly, but others are benefiting so much as well. So that hunger for me, it was to quit teaching. And to be honest, I set a goal. I knew how many clients that meant, and I had a deadline, and I had to get that done within a certain amount of time. But that consistency that I started at that point when I was running is things that I've continued to do. And it will be 2 years in February that I will have been coaching. And 3x3x3, guys, it's one of the most basic thing we teach new coaches. And it's one of the things that some coaches do right away and some totally don't. And I go into who I asked to coach a little bit differently than I did in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, anyone who wants to coach, come on. Now, luckily, I did have some great ones like Jane and Dana on pretty early on who were still fired up about it. They did things that I asked. And then there were some other really wonderful people who, just, again, some of them peaked really fast. Some of them hit ED really quickly. And they had those months that they had these down months, and all of a sudden they lost their confidence. They thought, oh, I was just a one-hit wonder, that sort of thing. And I will tell you, just in the amount of time that I've been coaching guys and seeing the coaches that I've brought on and seeing a lot of the coaches in our community, those who stay with it are the ones that win, guys, in the long run. And winning, again, doesn't just affect us. It affects those that we can help. And those who are bold, who share every day, who are not afraid to share the transformation stories, not afraid to share their real life, guys, one of the biggest things I will say is add those Facebook friends. I know it may seem weird in the beginning, but I probably started with maybe 1,200 Facebook friends before coaching. And I saw the point of, because I was home with COVID, just like you guys, when I started coaching. I was not going out into the world. I was not seeing all my teacher friends. I was not, the only people I would see is like people I'd bump into at the grocery store or on the trail. So probably 9% of my business has been grown Facebook alone. Okay. And since that time, guys, I did get my Facebook hacked in July, and that was so frustrating. I was on vacation and it totally took away a little bit from my vacation because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the livelihood also of my business, is truly my sphere of influence when it comes to Facebook. So I literally spent probably about 2 days while on vacation going through Facebook, first trying to friend all the people I truly knew were friends, and then going back to like, okay, who do I share 15, 20, 30 mutual friends with, guys? The majority of my Facebook friends, again, are acquaintances. The majority of people I see in my real life are acquaintances, okay? If you get too stuck on, it can only be my best friend or my closest family members, you're really cutting out a whole lot of people, okay? If I was to look at my data, which I have in the last few days of my last, probably, I'm gonna say 40 clients I've taken on in the last year or so, probably 35 of them were Facebook acquaintances, not my closest of friends. Okay, you have to be open to realizing that if you want to see your business grow, unless you have so many different spheres of influence that you see all the time, okay, the majority of the people you're going to have are going to be because of social media. The consistency of adding friends, doing your posts, making those conversations, guys, those are the like biggest gold pieces that I can give you. They're probably the 3 easiest things you can do too, but you have to get beyond yourself. You got to stop, having that fear of what if they don't like it? What if they think I'm weird? You got to get over that. Okay. Because if people did not see our before and after post, they're not going to ask you questions about it. It is your post they want to see more than anything. Those other transformation posts are so important to show variety and that sort of thing. But as many times as you post, do not expect them to be tons of likes and tons of comments. I probably sometimes only get 1 or 2 likes a day on those things. My mom is one of them. My other coaches are usually the other ones of them. I don't take it personally because I will have people who I literally signed up last week who said, I've been watching your journey for 1.5 years and I have not liked one of your posts. I've not commented on one, but I have been watching. I've also been watching to see if you gain the weight back. Guys, we are health coaches. Just like Lori said, if we do not lead in our health, we're going to be a one-hit wonder. We may have had this amazing transformation where, wow, look at us before or after. People start forgetting what you looked like and what you acted like before. And again, we are still the same people. We know this to our soul and everything else. But generally, we are happier, more energized, more motivated people as we get healthier in our life. And people want to see that, okay? So be consistent, be bold, be confident. Guys, my last few months, probably much like a lot of yours, my business has gone down, okay? It is that October, November, December kind of slump. It is the time that people start making excuses about not wanting to get healthy during these months. I don't slow down on doing the 3x3x3 every single day, okay? Because I do know now that I've had a little bit more time, and I'm still a little bit behind Glory and Marcus and a few of these people as far as time in the business, but I was able to track my numbers today and look at what was my November last year? What was my November this year? Okay. My FQV may be a little bit lower than it was last year, but my TGen, meaning my whole coaching team, including myself, is like 109% of what it was last year. And I was feeling pretty down on myself until I saw that. And I was like, come on, you got to look at the longevity of this, guys. And you got to realize it is consistency over time. You got to get gritty, but getting gritty beyond just the business part is you helping others. Okay. Be bold, be brave, share, guys. And lean into your mentorship team. This is what I love about this right now is that you're going to have several of us different mentors in here, but I learn off of these people all the time. I hop on Giles Coach training every week, even if I can't see it, just like Glory, because my kids have a sporting event or that sort of thing, guys. Once you make that an important, rock in your weekly schedule, that's when it seriously becomes serious. Just like you committing to doing something like Optavia versus the next fad diet. Okay, that was just a fleeting moment. Stop making your coaching business fleeting, unless that's all it is. It's just a side hobby. I don't think you'd be on here right now if this was just a side hobby you want. Most of you have big dreams. Okay, honestly, guys, I never imagined what this company could do. I never even knew what this company was 2 years ago on this date. Okay, but to think about how much our life has changed, not only our health-wise, but what we're able to do as a family, the goals that we have for our kids' future, for our future, the things that we're able to experience and that sort of thing, guys, It's unbelievable. And I know we don't have that Off Ramps to Freedoms page, which was amazing, but there are different rules and reasons we can't have that anymore. But that was so inspiring, guys, every month, just to look to see the new thing Angela Hall was doing, or Glory was doing, or Jane was doing, or Marcus was doing, you know, or buying or treating. And it's not about just the money, guys, but that is, we all work for a living for a reason. Okay. To have a job that we can actually change so many lives. And even if it is a side job, guys, there's nothing wrong with that. But dream big, be confident. Don't let a few down months like the fall may seem. Okay. We're all in the same boat with that. Wherever your numbers were and you're like, oh my gosh, maybe this was a one-hit wonder type of a thing. It's not. Look back to the Tinchers and some of these people who have been in this a lot longer. Think of all those other people that started when they did, but quit because after maybe a few months or a year, they're like, oh, it's not what I thought it would be. Just think, had we all started back then, how well, you know, we could have been doing at that time. And we're still at the ground floor, guys, which is awesome. So be consistent, lean into these things, lean into your trainings, lean into your mentorship team, you know, really become involved in the action steps and know that you are truly planting the seeds right now for January, February, March. Those were like my 3 biggest months last year. Okay. But I did the work in October, November, December to get there. So that's all I got to say.
So good. Thank you, Heather, for that. She's right on, guys. Absolutely right on. One thing I wanted to say, and I meant to do this in the beginning, was to introduce some of the admins. We don't have time for people to talk, but I want you to know Angela Hall is one of the admins. It's basically some of the FIBCs and above. Angela Hall, Heather McDowell, Marcus Radcliffe, David and Grace Davila, and Dallas and myself. So those are going to be the admins you see in the next level group. And I'm going to get back over here. And I want to go over one last thing, and then I want to get a picture. So if you can come back on camera in just a minute, I definitely want to get a picture of all of us. So we're going to come back on camera. I want to go over one last thing, and then we are going to be done. Here we go. All right, this week's action steps. I want you guys, that whatever it is that you put in the chat, and maybe you want to elaborate a little bit more. Some of you put like 3 words, and that's okay. But I really want you to dig in and really think about it before you post. Post your goals, your Q1 goals in the Facebook group as a post. This is a safe place. Okay, guys, I want you to know this group, everyone in here wants to see everyone win. And guess what? If you win, doesn't mean I lose. That's what's so great about this. We can all win. There is no competition in this group whatsoever. So I just want to put that out there. Download the activity tracker from the files. You can either print it or you can just type in it like an Excel file and keep that every day going in your daily activity. This is where we're going to track our daily activity. If you don't understand, reach out to whoever your leader is that I mentioned, whether it's Angela, Heather, David and Grace, Marcus, or me. We will post it Sunday night or Monday morning, your choice. Start where you are. Be intentional. Participate in this next level group, guys, because we are better together. And I will post these action steps in the group. And also I do have this recorded. So what I'm going to do now is stop the share. I'm going to put it on gallery view. And if you can come off your, come on for your thing. We're going to get a picture of all of us. And if you want to get a picture, you can. Smile, everyone. Well, look at all these world changers. I love it. I want you guys, every single one of you guys, to know you're meant to be here. Okay. There is no coincidence that you are on this team, that you chose to grow, and that you're here tonight. Every single one of you. You guys have an amazing opportunity and a gift in your hands. We feel honored as leaders to be able to partner with you. It's our dream to help make your goals and dreams come true. And I don't just say that because that's what leaders say. Honestly, when I saw all of your goals, like it was meaningful to me to see what you guys want to accomplish. And I have confidence now, because I've been doing this, that we can make that happen, guys. It's and more. And once you get going, it's all that work is going to start blooming. That's the word I see. It's like a bloom that's going to happen. Okay. So get into action, guys. That's what's going to get us there. We will next week, remember Coach Burt. I encourage every single one of you to be on the free Coach Burt Zoom next Monday night at 7:30. They're going to talk about it on Giles. Next Monday night is Coach Burt, and then we will meet on the 20th again. So it's going to basically be every other week. We'll try to keep it at 30 minutes to honor your time. And we'll have something brand new for you on the 20th. So mark your calendars. We'll put it in the growth group. God bless you guys. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.